Okay, I know what you're all thinking. Well, this is a clutter of films if I've ever seen one. That's because today I'm going over all of my horror and Halloween appropriate films on Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, and even one on VHS. It's geeking time. Everything is clear now. It's an empty space. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Yes, today you saw that big clutter in the intro. Today I'm showing off my collection of horror and Halloween appropriate movies for the Halloween season. Last season, I don't try not to mention this because it is Halloween season, but I'll say it just for this video. Last year for the Christmas season, I showed off my Christmas collection on DVD and Blu-ray. So I was like, you know what? I should do that for Halloween. Not necessarily just Halloween films that I own, but also horror films. So this is technically a video of my entire horror film collection. Let's be honest here. Now, fair warning, there are some films that you would think are in my collection that I thought were in my collection that I don't have. For example, I do not have Trick or Treat, which I thought I did. I do not have Beetlejuice, which I thought I did. I do not have the Monster Squad, which I thought I did as well. I don't even have Hellraiser. These are movies that I had once upon a time in my collection, and I don't want to get into that. But I have what I have here, and I'm still slowly rebuilding my collection of films. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down, because as you saw, there's a big cluster of films. I'm going to break it down from the TV series, then we're going to do Blu-ray and 4K, then we'll do DVD, and lastly I'll show off my VHS horror film. So that being said, let's get straight into showing off my collection.
Hi-ho, horror hounds. It's Halloween, and we've got a night full of twisted tricks and treats in store for you. Beginning with a visit to my favorite family of fiends, the monsters. So let the ghoul times roll.
Alright, so there's all my TV shows. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. That would be a half-assed video if I just did it like that. So, okay, the first thing I have here is, it's not technically a horror Halloween-themed DVD, but this is the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the final chapters. And on here we do have the Mutants versus Monsters 4-part series. So I do watch this one, and that's why I figured I'd include it in here. So that's a really cool 4-part miniseries. And then I have the regular show Fright Pack, which this one contains... Whoop. Apparently my DVD has a life of its own. It's Halloween season, right? So it's getting haunted, apparently. Okay, so as I was saying, this contains Terror Tales of the Park, the first one and the second one, then a bunch of other spooky episodes. So a really cool set. A regular show is a funny show. If you like Adventure Time, then that's probably going to be right up your alley. And then we have the complete first season of Masters of Horror. I don't have the second season because I was only able to find the first season. So it's all horror, like hour-long, quote-unquote movies done by famous horror directors. So there you can take a look at the list of all the ones in the first season. And it comes to us on like, I think it's, 4 discs, so pretty cool. Pretty nifty. Then I have The Real Ghostbusters, the complete series, and this one does have the Sam Hain or Samhain episodes, the Halloween episodes. So that's... I love this cartoon. This still holds up today. So that's pretty cool. I have Death Note. I'm going to add this on here because the context, it is horror related. It is crime and murder. So Death Note is one of those things that even if I don't watch it all year long, if I pop it in during Halloween, yeah, definitely could watch it during Halloween. And the discs are pretty dang neat on this one too. It's pretty nifty. It's got like the different characters. That's pretty cool. I did a review on this on my channel when my channel first started. So if you want to go check that out, I have a physical media graveyard playlist, so you can go check it out in there. Then we got the Munsters, the complete series. No Halloween or horror collection is complete without the Munsters. Come on, guys. Let's be honest here. This is the complete series, like I said. So this is season 1 with just a bunch of red discs. And then we have season 2 with Herman's face. So there you go. The Munsters complete series on DVD. I also did a review of these last 2, so if you want to check it out again, the Physical Media Graveyard. Beetlejuice, the complete series. I'm not going to spend time going in depth because I did do a review on these. This one here. That's a lot of fun. And then I got to get up to grab this one. We got Scooby-Doo. Where Are You? The original. The complete collection. Which, when you open it up, like I said, did a review on this, so you can go check that out. When you open up, it comes in this little box right here. And then you got all those discs in there. I love Scooby-Doo. Even the 60s show, I still watch that to this day because I'm a massive fan of Scooby. So those are all the TV series that I have on just DVD, no Blu-ray, that are worthy to watch during the Halloween season. And now we're going to clear this off and we're going to take it away to the DVDs.
Mystery fans, hold on to your ghosts, cause here come the spookiest, most spine-tingling tales ever to chill a bone. Delight and fright, shiver and shake, quiver and quake. Watch Scooby-Doo, Where Are You?
Well, that's quite the pile. I feel like I have not as much as I thought I did. I think I have more Blu-rays. This just looks slightly high and hefty because of the box set down here, as you can clearly see. So first things first is we have this horror classics. Sorry, the DVDs are catching the light. I apologize. So you got this horror classics collection, which contains Horror Hotel, The Last Man on Earth, Dementia 13, The Terror, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the original House on Haunted Hill, the original Night of the Living Dead, Nightmare Castle, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Nosferatu. And this is on quite a few discs. Gives you some read-ups too. I did a review. I think I did a review on this as well. So all these discs that it comes with. So this is a fun watch, especially if you love old horror movies. That is a fun set to check out. I've yet to open up this one. Spoonie gave me this one. This is the Rue Morgue Horror Block Short Film Festival from 2015. So this is a bunch of short horror films. I can't speak apparently. So that's what that is. And I got The Haunted World of El Super Bisto. My wife absolutely hates this movie. She said that fun story. She walked into a party one time. She said she walked into a party and people seemed to be, I guess, high, and they were watching this movie, laughing off their asses, and she was watching it. She did not understand the movie. And you know what's funny? I rewatched it a few years back, and I was like, I remember loving the movie, and I thought when I rewatched it, I was like, oh my God, she's right. It's kind of a dumb movie. But I only picked it up for like $1 or $2. So, and I'm a fan of Rob Zombie, so it stays in the collection. Haunted World of El Super Bisto. So, nothing special with the disc. But yes, it is a really ridiculous movie that makes absolute no sense if you watch it. This is Gozu from Takashi Miike, which is a Japanese horror thriller. It's from the Takashi Miike did Audition and Ishi the Killer. He's famous for a lot of his over-the-top films, especially like his over-the-top Yakuza films. Fantastic director. But yeah, it's a really, really weird movie. So if you're really into those odd, strange films, then Gozu is right up your alley, especially if you love Japanese cinema, Japanese horror. Yeah, I recommend Gozu. Then we got a 2-film collection of Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, and Jason X. 2 of the absolute worst Jason movies, although I will watch this one over Jason X any day, except for that one frozen head smashing scene. That's just... Yeah, so that's that. Nothing much to it. I picked this up on Amazon because I needed something. I needed, I think, $5 for my stuff, so I added it to the cart and completed my collection at least. Oh boy. Man, I bit off more than I could chew, I think. Shaun of the Dead. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. well, it's a horror comedy, so it's one of my all-time, I would say one of my all-time favorite comedies. It's a romantic comedy with zombies. I did not dust this DVD off. I'm sorry, guys. I was going through my bin, and I should have dusted off some stuff. They're not so bad, at least. This was released in 2004. I remember going to see this in theaters. I was really young when I saw it, and I loved every minute. This movie's almost 20 years old, so that's... And it stood the test of time, I find. So yeah, I really gotta rewatch Shaun of the Dead. This is so good. And I should probably upgrade Shaun of the Dead to Blu-ray. That'd probably be better to watch on Blu-ray, Shaun of the Dead. Same thing for this. I should probably upgrade. All these movies I should probably upgrade to Blu-ray, but whatever. This is An American Werewolf in London. I originally saw American Werewolf in Paris before seeing this one. I remember when I was younger liking Paris, but nowadays when I think back on it, it's kind of cheesy. American Werewolf in London is fantastic, however. Great movie if you love werewolf movies, then I highly recommend this one. This one and The Howling, which I don't have The Howling in my collection, but The Howling is just to me as on par with London. Next up, we have Creepshow, the original movie. This is by George A. Romero and Stephen King. It's a lot of fun. It's an anthology movie. So if you like Tales from the Crypt, that kind of stuff, yeah, this is up your alley. It's just a clear disc, so, you know. So that's Creepshow. And then next we have House on Haunted Hill. Again, a really cheesy remake, but still, I like it. What can I say? More Rob Zombie with House of 1,000 Corpses. This is actually a really good film. His earlier films, like this one and The Devil's Rejects, were really good. I actually did not mind his Halloween remake. I was probably one of the few that really liked his Halloween remake, so that's just me. But, you know, here is the 2-disc edition of The Devil's Rejects. I know he put out a Blu-ray set of the trilogy, with including the 3 from Hell. I did not like the 3 from Hell. I thought that movie was horrible. So why would I want to buy a 3-pack when I did not like the movie? There you go. Oh, look at that. We're getting into some Bruce Campbell territory now. We'll start this off with My Name is Bruce, which this and House on Haunted Hill we had a look at recently in one of my haul videos with this really neat lenticular cover. So there you go. I showed you this to you guys already, so I'll just show it quickly. That's My Name is Bruce. And we got The Evil Dead, the original, the first Evil Dead. This is the Horror Legacy series. I think this was being put out by Anchor Bay. I'm not sure when these were coming out. Is there a year? 2006. So these were released in 2006. I remember when these were coming out. I think now these are like, I don't know if these are obscure now or not, but that's The Evil Dead. Love this movie so much, and I love the disc. The disc is so cool. Evil Dead and Halloween are probably my favorite horror movie franchises to ever be made. And to go along with Evil Dead, we have The Army of Darkness. This is a pop art cover. Bought this a couple years back at Sunrise Records, so there is that, and it's a slip cover, so you take that off. It's just the same thing on the other side, and the disc is just this red disc. So there you go. We got into some groovy Bruce. My favorite horror movie ever, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is on DVD. This was released, I think, in 2014. So, again, we had a look at this one recently as well. So if you want to look at my unboxing of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 40th Anniversary Edition, you can see what that looks like. Another one of my favorite horror movies. This is super underrated, I find. This is from an exclusive horror film series, The Horror Society. Whoops, it's slipping out there. This is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. I also did a review on this movie on my channel, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead. This is a brilliant, brilliant film that starts off as a documentary, and then the last 30 minutes turns into an actual full-fledged slasher film. Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon is underrated, and if you've never watched this movie, go check out The Rise of Leslie Vernon. It is an amazing film. The original Halloween. The original Halloween. I thought I had this on Blu-ray, but I only have it on DVD. Again, in this Horror Legacy series. So there you go. And there's actually a lot of special features on here, which is kind of cool. And that's when you take it out, it's pretty much the same thing. And the same thing for the disc, and you got a nice little insert right there, the sleeve. So that's Halloween, and then we have one last thing. Again, I did a review of this on my channel. So go take a look at that if you want to. This is the Universal Classic Monsters set. Comes with all these films in here. And it comes with a booklet. Like I said, I did a review, so we don't need to go look at this all over again. So there we go. That's a big old behemoth set. And I love the Universal Monsters. That is one of my absolute favorite things. I love watching these movies. Even my wife, who's not a fan of horror movies, she actually does enjoy watching those films with me. So there you have it. Those are all the horror movies. Technically, yeah, horror movies, because I don't think I have one film that's basically a Halloween film, except for Halloween, maybe. That's pretty much, yeah, that's it. So let's clear the slate, and we'll go over to Blu-ray and 4K next. We're down to the Blu-rays, and then after this, I have one left, and that is a VHS. That's gonna be a lot of fun to show off too, which I already showed off in my channel, whatever. Start with the 4K, because I only have 3 of them. Hear me out. Hear me out. Akira. This movie is just such a mind trip, and it's technically a post-apocalyptic sci-fi film, but the imagery in this movie is so insane that I gotta include it on here. I love Akira. It's such a great film. Even if you're not a fan of anime, this is just such a masterpiece that you gotta check this movie out. Then I got the remake of the Pet Sematary. Didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty decent. I thought it was pretty good. I saw it in theaters and I quite enjoyed it. I even liked the remake actually of the Pet Sematary song, originally by the Ramones. So that was a lot of fun, that film. And then finally on 4K, we have Constantine, City of Demons, the movie. Love this film. Love this so much. This is a movie that I can watch. If I don't watch all year long, I'll watch a Halloween 100% for sure. It's so good. There you go. Those are all my films on 4K that are appropriate for Halloween. Let's get these out of the way and let's move along to the Blu-rays. All right, so the first thing we have is Scary Movie, the original spoof of Scream, and I Know What You Did Last Summer. Not very many special features on here. I think I only bought this for like $4 or $5 maybe, so that's Scary Movie. A movie that was very controversial, and then I say controversial as in people either loved it or absolutely hated it. More people hated it. I liked it a lot. I don't care. This is Rob Zombie's The Munsters. I could watch it for Halloween. There's even a scene in the movie where it takes place at Halloween, so why not? I showed off the complete series of The Munsters before. I'm a Munsters fan. Were you expecting me not to like this movie? I thought this was a great movie. That's The Munsters. Sorry. Next we have Frankenweenie by Tim Burton. My wife still hasn't seen this film, so I think I should probably get on to showing her this movie. It's a really it's a really good stop motion film. So yeah, if you like Nightmare Before Christmas, if you like The Corpse Bride, I definitely recommend watching Frankenweenie. Okay, you're probably gonna question the next one, but just hear me out, okay? All right, this came out last year, and this made my list of my favorite movies of 2022, and this was at the #1 spot. We have The Batman. Okay, hear me out. It technically plays out as a murder mystery, as a slasher film almost. So yes, you can definitely watch this during the Halloween season. Not like Batman Returns, where you can watch during the Christmas season. But The Batman, yeah, Batman is so dark, and it is got those horror tones to it, those thriller tones. You could definitely watch this movie during Halloween season. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This movie's bizarre. This movie's bonkers. It's so weird. It's great. Yeah, it's so good. There's a reason why Spirit Halloween has them part of their annual decorations and collection that they put out every year. Candyman. Don't say his name 3 times. This is from Scream Factory. This is a fantastic movie. It's a beautiful story. It is also a 2-disc set with a reversible slip cover. And on each disc, okay, it's got the theatrical and the unrated, but special features are strewn across both discs, so that's great. If you've never seen Candyman, I highly, highly recommend watching this film. Then we got Ghostbusters, the original movie. Of course, you gotta watch this at Halloween. Ghostbusters is one of my favorites of all time. Then we have Ghostbusters 2. And as well, no, I don't have Answer the Call. I wasn't really a fan of that movie, but this one was really good. Ghostbusters Afterlife. I really enjoyed this film as well. Us. This is, I think, to me, personally, Jordan Peele's best movie so far. I know people love Get Out, and Nope was a really good movie as well, but I think this was probably Jordan Peele's best movie to date. Really great film if you've never seen Us. It has to do with doppelgangers, and yeah, it's just so fun. So I would highly recommend checking out Us if you've seen Get Out and you like that movie. And if you've seen Nope and you like that movie, watch Us. You're not going to be disappointed. Next up, we have Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, starring Hugh McGregor as Danny Torrance. And this is directed by Mike Flanagan, if I'm not mistaken, who does all those shows on Netflix. So if you like his shows and if you like The Shining, go ahead and check this one out. So that's Dr. Sleep. And then we have, of course, gotta have The Shining. A masterpiece. A masterpiece, this movie. What can I say? This movie is just so damn good. Oh, I love The Shining. Jack Nicholson delivers one of his greatest performances in The Shining. Can't have any horror collection without the modern It movies, because those are really popular. So we got It, the first one, the best one of the two, if you ask me. Is there any? No, it's just a simple It. Really good movie. Really good movie. And it was directed by the guy who did the new Flash movie, which stay away from that film. Then we have It Chapter 2, which is good, but it is inferior to the first film. So, but you know, you do need to complete, right, the story. So, and I did see this in theaters, and I was not disappointed seeing it in theaters. I just did not like it as much as the first one. However, it is still pretty good. I do recommend watching It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. And we got, I'm knocking things. Then we got Tales from the Crypt presents Demon Knight. Love this movie too. I love Tales from the Crypt, so there we go. Ha! Speaking of Tales from the Crypt, I forgot to show that off in my collection. Oh well, just pretend like I showed it. The Tales from the Crypt complete series. All right, we have a few left. This is the Friday the 13th 8-movie collection, which collects the first 8 films on Blu-ray. There you go. Take a look at that. And there's nothing special to the discs. They're all just blue discs. Whoops. That's the Friday the 13th collection. And then, of course, we have to have Freddy vs. Jason, right? So we've got the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. This is on Blu-ray as well. I remember buying this at Walmart a few years back around the Halloween season. So, and then the last disc is a DVD, which is really weird. So like all the films are on Blu-ray, but then the special features disc is on DVD, which makes absolutely no sense to me. The 2018 Halloween. I actually like this one. The 2 sequels, however, weren't that good. So that was a good film. I really did enjoy this one a lot. And I do recommend watching it if you like the Halloween films. We also have Halloween 2, the original sequel. So a good film. And one that's grown on me over the years. Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Yeah, it's really fun, this one as well. The last 2 on Blu-ray. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. We have The Evil Dead 2, which earlier I showed you Evil Dead and Army of Darkness on DVD. So now we got Evil Dead 2 on Blu-ray. No special features whatsoever on this thing. Just apart from being a great film, and then there's that shot right down there of Bruce Campbell. Love this movie. And to finish it off, a film that we pretty much started off spooky season with this year, doing a review and unboxing of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 40th anniversary. There you go. So there you go. That is my entire collection of films on Blu-ray that are Halloween and horror appropriate. Okay, actually, before we get into the VHS, as I mentioned, showing off my Blu-ray collection, as I was showing off Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, I forgot to show off the Tales from the Crypt Complete series. And I said, pretend like it's there. You know what? I'm actually going to show it. So before we get to the VHS, we're going back to DVD. And TV series, we got Tales from the Crypt, the Complete series, which I didn't mention with the classic monsters. I did mention in my review of that video that I keep that so near and dear to my heart because that was the last present my mother ever got me. Well, my mother did also get me this Tales from the Crypt Complete series for Christmas one year, and it's really neat. I did a review on this as well, and it contains, look at that, it contains all the seasons of Tales from the Crypt, and this is a must-watch as well when it comes to Halloween. Sometimes I find myself at Halloween just popping this in because I love how campy and how goofy this series is. And just to give you an idea, like just regular discs like that with the set. So always fun. There's always a lot of guest stars that appear on this show. But yeah, like I said, campiness to the max. If you like the show Creep Show that's out right now, that kind of show like that, then you would definitely love Tales from the Crypt. So yeah, definitely. I could not stop. I could not leave this out. I had to put this in my Halloween movie collection. All right, so the last thing that I have to take a look today is a VHS, and I've shown this off before on my channel. I think during my Value Village haul video. But this is the only one I have on VHS, and yeah, this is really cool. It was a really cool find. So I have George A. Romero's The Day of the Dead on VHS, the darkest day of horror the world has ever known. Really fun. I love these old retro VHSs. It's got your read up back there, so you can pause that if you want to read it. And there you go. I think that's his name, Buddy the Zombie or something like that. And then, of course, on the inside, you got the VHS. So yeah, all around a really cool find. Obviously I can't watch it because I don't have a VHS player. However, it's still a fun find to have. So that's everything in my collection. Let's just clear up and digest what we just went through.
Michael Myers. Maybe he's just misunderstood. Maybe he has trouble making friends. Maybe his mom never calls. Or maybe he's just a monster.
On Halloween, he came back.
Halloween and Halloween 2, only on USA. Coming up next.
Alright, so I decided to Halloween up my background. Get it? Because, you know, the Halloween movies, it's Halloween. Anyways, that was quite a lot to go through. There was a lot more than my Christmas collection, I'll tell you that right now. The Christmas collection I was in and out within not very long. I didn't have very much to show off, but I do have a huge horror and movie collection. So yeah, I know I should have a lot more in my collection, but then we'd be doing like a 4 or 5 part video if I'd had so many horror movies. And even at this, I probably should have done a 2-part video, but I figured I have other stuff that I wanted to do for the spooky season, and I filmed these videos in advance. So everything was done in one video, so if it's a long video, I apologize for that, guys. So my question is to you guys, what horror movies do you love? What movies do you watch during Halloween season? If in this collection of mine, are there any films that you have from this collection? I mean, if you're a true horror fan, there's bound to be some stuff in my collection that you have. Is there anything that I don't have in my collection, regardless of the stuff that I mentioned in the beginning, that I don't have that I should have in my collection, that I should seek out, that you guys suggest that I should go out and grab? Let me know down below in the comments below, guys. But thank you so much for coming on this journey with me of showing off all my horror movie films. Sounding like Borat, my horror movie films. I meant to say my horror film collection. Wow, I cannot speak properly. Well, at least you know what I can do properly. I asked you guys to please and thank you subscribe to my channel. Click the bell to be notified whenever I got some brand new content out. Guys, I appreciate you all so very much, and I appreciate you all clicking onto the videos and watching. Like I said, I mean, honestly, even if it's just 5 views, I'm just happy making the content for you guys. I'll be back again with some more spooky content for the season. Stay cool, stay nerdy, keep haunting. Keep watching those horror movies. And as always, guys, it's cool if it's nerd cool. Happy spooky season!